What's going on, you guys? Welcome to the Racy Podcast. This is your host, Cristopher Zamora. Welcome to the show. So today I want to speak to you about Evil Dead Rise. I actually got to see this movie, and I gotta say, it's a good one. But while I was watching this movie, I have to say that it didn't really scare me. I have no idea why it really did not scare me at all. But the gore is there. There's a lot of blood in this movie. You can tell just by the trailer itself that this movie is going to be extra gory. And yeah, man, I went to go see on the premiere with my brother, and it was a good movie. I think it was cool that they actually made the movie in one setting, like in one floor. There was an earthquake that happened, and the kids were getting the pizzas so they can eat on the night. The earthquake actually separated everybody from each other, like from that floor that they were in. There was no stairs for anybody to get out of that floor. While this was happening, one of the main kids, he went to go check in a hole. There was like a bank or something. There was like a bank that was underground. He went there, but not only did he found like a couple of cash with him, but he also found a book. There was this book that the kid found. It's called the Necronomicon. If you guys have seen the Evil Dead movies or have actually seen the TV show, then you might know what's a Necronomicon. They never really mentioned what's the proper name for the book, but this book actually contains human flesh. Like the pages, it was made out of human flesh, and the words that were written on it was by somebody's blood. Yeah, that's insane. That's how it actually goes for the Evil Dead movies and the TV show, I believe. The whole mood of the movie was basically serious. If you have seen Ash versus Evil Dead, they mostly take it as a comedy horror, and still it's good. There was nothing bad about the movie. It was very enjoyable because even though they changed the mood and kept it serious, it was still a great movie. Evil Dead, the one that came out in 2013, I still believe that was the best one from out of all of them, I guess. Well, I haven't really seen the older ones. The only ones that I have seen was the 2013 one and Evil Dead Rise. The lady, the mom, she was creepy, man. When the kid, he was playing the record, there was like a huge saying that somebody was saying out loud on the disc thing. When the kid was moving the actual thing, there was like somebody saying something that made the demon come to life, and the kid was trying to stop it, but he couldn't. There was no way the kid was going to stop this from happening, and so the actual demon, it got out, and it went to the first person that it saw, and that person was the mother of the children. We got to see how she turned into the demon thing on the elevator. Dang, it was crazy. I think probably the most surprising part out of the whole movie, I'm going to get into spoilers, guys, so be warned, okay? I know the movie's still brand new, so if you guys do not want me to spoil the movie for you, go watch the movie first and then come back here. But anyways, guys, that demon is creepy. I believe they made a good job with making the lady look scary as hell. The movie actually started with how it ended. And I have to say, on this movie, they did not hold back at all. Like, even the kids, they got hurt a lot. One kid actually did turn into one of those deadites. That's what they call the demons in the Evil Dead world. The mother was a really scary character. Like, really, she was a very creepy looking character. But still, like, after watching this movie, I was desensitized from this movie. Like, I wasn't scared. I mean, there were like a few parts that I was scared from the movie, but most of it I wasn't really that scared of it. But don't get me wrong, guys, I did enjoy this movie, and I do give this movie an 8 out of 10. I think it's fair. An 8 out of 10 is good for this movie. But I had to say that the 2013 version of Evil Dead is way better, in my opinion. The part where the girl, she was eating glass. Oh, what the fuck was that? What in the world was that? And also the part where the mom, she was biting one of the guys' eye out, and it came out. And then like one of them actually swallowed the eye by accident. I was like, what in the world is this? In a good way, in a good way. I was like, whoa, I was surprised. Like, I wasn't expecting this. And also they gave that reference to The Shining on the elevator. Like, the whole elevator was just full of blood. And then once they actually came out from the elevator, the little girl and the aunt, it just splattered all over, and they were just full of blood as well. When we actually got to see the monster, when it was like mixed with the two kids and the mom, ugh, that shit looked scary, man. That shit looked creepy as hell. Then the crazy part was when it was crawling as well. I was like, oh, no, man. What in the world is this, dude? Maybe if I was young and maybe I never really got to see many horror movies, I would have been really afraid of this movie if I watched it in theaters. Yeah, but like I said, man, I wasn't really that afraid of this movie, but it's still an enjoyable movie to watch. If you have never really seen an Evil Dead movie, I believe you probably might enjoy this one. I think the setting was way better in the cabin because you're in the middle of the woods and in apartments. I don't think it's not as scary, but they did made it look scary as much as they could. Like, all the lights flickering with the stairs being gone, and they weren't able to leave the floor. It was okay, but I think the cabin setting is just way scarier because you're like in an isolated place and nobody else can hear you scream, and there's no one else to help you. So yeah, it's still, like I said, man, I still enjoyed this movie. The mother, like I said, she was creepy. Like, there was one part where one of the guys, he closed her eyes and then she opened them right back up. And she was just looking at everybody really creepy. Yeah, she did a good job, the actress who played as the demon, Deadeye. Like, all the people that actually got killed in the movie, they actually turned into those Deadites. I've seen it on Ash vs Evil Dead. Like, people actually did turn into those Deadites, but I wasn't really expecting it here. That was cool. That was unexpected. Maybe for people who have never seen an Evil Dead movie, maybe they were surprised that they came back to life into demons. I kind of did expect it because I was familiar already with the lore of Evil Dead. Like I kind of knew when the aunt and the little girl they were backing off, when they were backing away from the mom demon. I knew that they were all going to turn into the Deadites. So yeah, man, it was an insane moment. And also the aunts actually did get to kill the mom and also the kids when they were fused together into like a huge centipede or whatever that is, man. Cause that shit looked creepy. It kind of did remind me of something like from The Evil Within 2. If you guys have ever played The Evil Within 2, there's like a huge monster that you face like in the beginning of the game, and it looks kind of similar like that. So yeah, man, it was an entertaining film, but like I said, wasn't really scary. There were a few pop-ups. They actually did get me, but not scary. Not scary. I did enjoy it though. And like that last part, like how the movie began, the girl that was living on that hotel floor, I guess it's a hotel floor, or maybe it's just I think it's an apartment floor. So it was a girl that she was just living there, and she was fast asleep throughout the whole night. Like she didn't heard anything at all of what was happening. She was fast asleep, and on the next morning she just woke up to go with her friends at a cabin, and then out of nowhere in the parking lot, you get to see from 3 camera angles that the mom, the boy, and one of the girls was going after the lady that was going to the cabin. There was just 3 camera angles, and out of nowhere she just screamed, and that's how the movie ended. We actually got to find out like in the 40-minute mark in the movie, or maybe like in an hour in the movie, that there's just no way to kill this demon. And that's how some demons are in the TV show, because you have to put them away in a safe place where they can never hurt anybody else. I think that's how it is for Ash vs Evil Dead. I haven't seen the show for quite a while, but yeah, I believe so. There were some demons they can kill, but like the powerful ones, you have to put them away. That's how it kind of is for Supernatural as well. If you guys have seen that show with Dean Winchester and Sam Winchester, that's a really great show. I actually watched that show for around 2 years and 6 months, I believe. Yeah, it just took me about 2.5 years to finish the whole thing. It was when I was in college, and it was a very entertaining show. I did enjoy Supernatural, but the prequel, the Winchesters, I think that's a different story. As of now, while I'm recording this podcast, I have only seen 3 episodes of the Winchesters. You know that new show that just came out? I kind of don't like it. I don't know, I just feel like something is missing of that show. The only thing that is keeping me going for this show is the parents of Dean and Sam, Mary Winchester and John Winchester. We're getting a prequel of them, like how they started hunting the ghosts and stuff. So that's why I'm still watching the TV show, because it seems like it's gonna be good. But like as of right now, I'm not really getting the mood. I'm not really liking it as much as I want to. But I'm still gonna give this whole season a try. Maybe by the ending of the 13th episode, I might want to keep watching season 2. But as of right now, it seems okay. It's not as great as Supernatural was, but you have to give it a try, right? Hopefully it turns out good. You know, the actor who plays as John Winchester, he kind of does look like Sam Winchester from Supernatural, which is kind of crazy because they actually did get the parents, like how they look like. They kind of compare them to Sam and Dean, but just only for the dad. The mom, not really, but the dad, he does kind of look like Sam, since he is his father. I remember seeing that on The Last of Us TV show. Around episode 9, we got to meet Ellie's mom, and the mom, who is actually the voice actress for the game on The Last of Us, she was the mom for Ellie, and both of the actors, they kind of do look alike in a way. So that's cool. That's cool that they kind of kept it the same, because usually kids do look like their parents, and they kept the same way for the TV show. So yeah, I'm hopeful that the Winchesters turns out to be good, or maybe better than Supernatural. But as of right now, I do not see it going over 5 seasons. Hopefully it just turns out better than it is right now for me. Now, for the last thing before I actually end the podcast, I want to speak to you briefly about the Ryan Garcia fight with Tank Davis. At the time of recording this podcast, the fight was going to happen. I usually record my podcast on a Saturday, and so this is before. I'm going to make my prediction once again. If you have not seen the other podcasts, I actually made a prediction for this fight, and hopefully it actually does come true. So if you guys are not interested in boxing, y'all can leave, but it's just something that I also enjoyed other than just horror. I also like speaking about combat sports, if you guys did not know that. So I'm just gonna say it briefly, and then probably I'm just gonna end the podcast, but we'll see. Anyways, I think that this fight might actually go 12 rounds. This could actually be the first loss for Tank Davis. I think that Ryan Garcia might actually knock Tank down. He's not going to knock him out, but he's going to knock him down one time. Or maybe twice, but we'll see. Since Ryan Garcia has a lot of speed and strength, I do believe that he can actually beat Tank Davis. Tank only really has strength, but speed always beats strength, and Ryan Garcia has both. So that's why I do believe that Ryan Garcia is going to win this fight by maybe split decision. The other way I can go, and this is like the most popular opinion that everybody's saying, that Gervonta Davis is going to KO Ryan Garcia like in round 7 or round 8. That's like the most popular one. But at the time of recording this podcast, I still don't know who won. Maybe if you follow combat sports, you might know by now. But I usually do record my podcast on Saturdays, so yeah, guys. By the time you're watching or listening to this podcast, you might know who already won. But yeah, that is my prediction, and I can't wait, man. This is gonna be a huge fight. Let's see who wants it more. Who wants to be the face of boxing? Anyways, guys, I think that is it for this podcast. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure you subscribe to it on YouTube and also follow it wherever it is you're listening to it. Like if you're listening to it on iTunes or Spotify, make sure to follow it there. And also, if you did enjoy this podcast, I would recommend you to go and share it with one of your friends, your family member, or neighbor that is really into horror. Maybe they will enjoy it as much as you do. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for listening to it. Like and subscribe, and also follow it on every social media platform that the Rage T podcast is in. As always, guys, take care and live to the fullest. Bye.